Hello my fellow Auraxians and welcome to my very first weapon review marathon titled The Road to the Fortuna. If you don't know what it is, basically it's a 6-part weapon review marathon where I review 5 carbines back to back that are available to the new conglomerate arsenal and that I have Auraxium. After that, I will conclude this marathon with a review of the 19A Fortuna, the Auraxium carbine available to the new conglomerate that you are rewarded with for Auraxiuming 5 carbines. Today is part 1 of part 6, and I am going to be reviewing the first weapon in my PlanetSide 2 career that I have ever gotten an Auraxium on. And that weapon is the default starting carbine available to NC engineers and light assaults. Yes, I'm talking about the outstanding AF-19 Mercenary, an amazing carbine that even I still enjoy using after getting my Auraxium medal on it. The AF-19 Mercenary became the standard issue carbine for the NC due to its low production costs. It features controllable recoil that makes it effective at close to medium ranges. This weapon is your starting carbine, meaning that it's absolutely free. Let's move on to the actual weapon and its statistics. The AF-19 Mercenary fires at a flat 600 rounds per minute and deals a maximum of 167 damage at 10 meters and deals a minimum of 125 damage at 70 meters. This is usually your standard damage and rate of fire model for most NC weapons, so this weapon's firing statistics should make you feel at home if you play NC. It will take 6 body shots and 3 headshots to kill a target at 10 meters or lower, 7 body shots and 4 headshots to kill anyone between 11 and 44 meters, and 8 body shots and 4 headshots to kill anyone beyond 45 meters. The range at which this weapon best shines is close to medium ranges, as this is a close to medium range carbine with its average rate of fire and high damage output in close range. The muzzle velocity, aka how fast the bullets travel, is at 500 meters per second, which is average for the carbines available to the NC arsenal. When using this weapon in long ranges, you will have to lead your targets. The recoil pattern travels up and to the right, and to compensate you just pull down and to the left. Easy as that. The hipfire accuracy is good. It's better than normal, but it's not as great as SMG's hipfire accuracy, but hipfiring in CQC environments should be a breeze. The aim down sight's movement speed multiplier has you move at 50% of your normal walking speed. When using this weapon in medium ranges, this shouldn't damage your performance. The ammo pool consists of 180 rounds, and each magazine will carry 30 bullets. When reloading, you will take 1.8 seconds to load in a fresh new magazine, so long that there is at least 1 bullet left in the chamber. If you emptied out your magazine dry, you will take 2.75 seconds to reload a fresh new magazine. The short reload speed is pretty quick, but the long reload speed is almost 1 second longer than the short one, so the long reload could get you caught off guard. But now that that's out of the way, let's take a look at what you can equip this baby with and give you my recommended attachment options. For scopes, the AF-19 Mercenary can equip scopes 1x through 4x, including a heat-seeking night vision scope. I would recommend sticking with the 2x scope, since the 2x scope will aid you fighting in medium ranges and shouldn't harm you too much in close quarters. My personal 2x scope design is the default one, the GD Reflex R, but I sometimes run with the heat-seeking night vision scope and the Tech Light Reflex 1x scope. For barrel attachments, you can equip only the standard suppressor and the flash suppressor. My recommendation is just to put on nothing. Since you should be aiming down sights most of the time, the flash suppressor will cause more harm than good, and I've tried the normal suppressor before, but the downsides are way too noticeable. For rail attachments, it's the usual: a dark light flashlight, a laser sight, and a forward grip, and I think that the forward grip is hands down your best bet for a rail attachment. Your hipfire is pretty good, so there's no need for a laser sight, and just like every other weapon, the dark light flashlight is useless. There are no special ammunition types available for you to equip. Now, let's shift on to the actual weapon. Some players may get the impression that just because a weapon like this one is free, or that it's a starting weapon, then it means that it's bad. But I assure you, this is not the case with the AF-19 Mercenary. This weapon is amazing! It is an extreme powerhouse at medium ranges, and it is also effective at close quarters. I also feel as if the weapon is very accurate, and the need to burst fire is very minimal. Recoil management, especially with the forward grip, is pretty smooth. It's good enough to continuously land headshots on opponents. However, due to its slower than average fire rate, you will need to land all of your shots. Missing your shots could lead to your demise, especially against faster firing weapons. I wouldn't recommend engaging opponents in longer ranges, since the damage drop off for this weapon is pretty poor and the muzzle velocity is a bit low. Also, stay away from shotguns. You probably won't win at all against shotguns unless your opponent has terrible aim. Overall, this weapon is a very awesome choice for your light assault or engineer. I recommend this weapon to everyone with any skill level. Now I'm going to be doing something different for all the weapons I'll review as part of my Road to the Fortuna Marathon. I'm going to be answering these questions for each weapon I will review for this marathon. Was the grind for the Auraxium medal worth it, and will I ever come back to using this weapon? So first, I'll answer if the grind was worth it, and my answer is yes! This weapon is a very fun weapon, and I enjoyed every moment with it. As my first ever Auraxium, this weapon will always have a place in my heart. Now, the answer to the other question, yes, I will go back to using this weapon. I love it that much. As a matter of fact, I am still using it to this day, ever since getting the Auraxium more than 6 months ago. Well, that concludes part 1 of part 6 of my Road to the Fortuna Marathon, and I hope you enjoyed. What are your opinions about the AF-19 Mercenary? Love it? Hate it? Let me know. If you enjoyed the video, then leave a like for me, and if you want to stay updated on when the next part will come out, then subscribe to my channel. The next part will be the AF-4A Bandit. But until then, stay frosty, subscribe, and I'll see you all later.